got you very precariously balanced on a box, a wine glass box actually, because I bought new wine glasses last week from John Lewis in the sale. The maker's called Dartington, and I was kind of in the market for new wine glasses. These are my old ones. I've literally got 2, and these are Croft Collection, and I bought them years ago, and as I say, I think I bought 4. I only have 2, and I'm just not really into them anymore. So every time I drink out of them, I just think, I want new wine glasses. And I've been looking for this sort of shape wine glass for a while. I actually feel like it's quite hard to find a perfect wine glass. I'm walking through John Lewis. In the entrance, they've got a sale on at the moment, and I will show you something else I've bought in the sale, which I'm very, very excited about. But these wine glasses were sitting there, and I thought, oh my god, they're perfect. And it said £27 for 6. I don't know what they were reduced for, but yeah, I thought £27 for 6 wine glasses is pretty good, because you can spend like 60 quid on them. So there we go, now we've got enough wine glasses to go round. Hi there, welcome to the vlog. I'm just doing some washing up, because I'm washing up a load of baby stuff. We got back this morning from our first, I don't want to use the term holiday because it definitely wasn't a holiday, but our first trip away with Gabe. And it was more kind of a trial run really, and we just went down to stay with my mum. She lives in Somerset, and we haven't seen her since March. And we've been talking about going away, obviously with Gabe, because we haven't since we've had him. Mostly because of lockdown, but to be honest, I don't know if I would have gone away even that much with him when he was young, just because it is a bit of a ball ache, I'll be honest. And I just don't feel like there's I'm not in a rush to go away with him. But anyway, we thought let's just go for it and go down and see my mum, because it would just be lovely. And we kind of saw it as like a test run, I guess, of staying away from home, because we're very lucky. Gabe's a really good sleeper, and so at home, for instance, if I did go out for the day and his routine was broken, it wouldn't be a big issue, because I know I'm very confident in how good a sleeper he is. Pretty much don't really have any problems when it comes to bedtime. So whatever happens in the day, I know that I'm quite confident we'll be fine, it won't disrupt. But I have no idea with going away. I don't know if he would sleep in a different cot. Kind of confident that there wouldn't be too many issues, but you never know. He's never slept in a travel cot. When I moved him from the snooze pod into his big cot, it wasn't a big deal, and I didn't really realise, I just didn't really think about it. We didn't really have a choice, because the curtain rail fell down in our bedroom, and he was also growing out of the snooze pod. So we were like, oh, we need to get the cot up and we need to move him. And so we just did. Yeah, I didn't really feel particularly concerned, but it was just good to think, let's just do this and see what happens. Also, it's our first long car journey with him. It's about 2.5, 3-ish hours. And yeah, it was just nice to go and see my mum, be somewhere else, and just give it a go and see how we get on. And he did so well. Like, he's such an angel baby. So hot as well, like he's never been this hot before. So I don't think he really understood what was happening. But we drove down on Sunday, boiling hot, got really stuck in traffic around Stonehenge. If anyone knows the A303, you will know that bottleneck and how awful it is. And we got caught there. Luckily, we'd stopped just before that, given Gabe a bottle, gave him some lunch. He was so happy. Yeah, he actually fell asleep. So the whole time that we were like standstill, crawling traffic through Stonehenge, he was actually asleep. So thank God for that. Got to my mum's and he was very, very upset. I think he just couldn't cool down. I think it was the heat more than anything else. And I don't think he likes being in the seat for very long. He doesn't really like being in his high chair for that long. Anything, even his buggy, anything that he's strapped into for too long, he hates it. And I can imagine the car seat isn't comfortable. So yeah, he had a little bit of a meltdown when we got there. And the thing about Gabe is he doesn't really cry. So when he cries, we know there's something wrong, and he was really, really upset. So we tried to put him down for a nap. He slept for about half an hour, then woke up really upset again. And we were like, okay, we're just going to try and keep him up, give him dinner, and then maybe just do bath and bed early. So we did that. and I was also like, oh God, is he going to sleep in this travel cot? And I honestly was like, we should never have done this, we just should have stayed at home, this is going to be awful. But actually after that, he slept fine in the travel cot, and then the days that we were there, naps were fine, and he was great. So as I say, it was really nice to just do that as like a test run and feel like we know that he can sleep away from home now. And yeah, like I say, we didn't particularly do that much. We were going to go to the beach, but again, it was so hot, and the beach is about a 40-minute drive away from my mum's, and Hainsey and I just didn't want to put him in the car in that heat unnecessarily. So on the first day we went to an animal sanctuary, and we literally went there after his first nap and in time for lunch. So we thought we can go there, walk around, it's like 10 minutes up the road, go there, walk around, give him some lunch, and then we called into my auntie who lives very near my mum on the way back, and then came home, and that was all we did on the first day. And then Hainsey and I went out for dinner, which was lovely. And then the next day is when we were supposed to go to the beach. We didn't, we just stayed in the little village that my mum lives in and went for a couple of walks and just chilled out really. And it was so nice just to be somewhere else. But anyway, it's the evening, and Hainsey's actually gone out to meet friends for a drink, and I've just had dinner, and I'm watching Lizzie Hadfield's vlog and just having a little bit of a mummy evening. Oh, I remember, I was going to show you what else I bought in the John Lewis sale, wasn't I? So this is I think this is peak mum of me, to be honest, that we're at this stage. Although I say it's peak mum, like I've always had this in me, to get excited about things like this. And this is something, you're probably a bit wonky. This is something I've wanted for years and just never wanted to spend the money on. It's something I saw in the John Lewis sale at Christmas and sat on it for ages thinking, should I, oh, just get it. By the time I just made my mind up to get it, it sold out, and I thought, well, it was in the sale, it's never going to come back. But it did come back, and it's this. How beautiful. This is called the soup casserole dish. They're known for their much deeper casserole dishes. Let me just put that down. Yeah, if this was one of their normal ones, it would maybe be like here, because they are much deeper. This one is exclusive to John Lewis, so I don't know if it's just a special one that they've done for them. But yeah, it's a small, I think it's 22 centimetres. It's just a little bit of a smaller one, but perfect for what we need. I love this. The colour is satin black, I love it. It was £108, reduced from 169, I believe. And Le Creuset is the kind of thing you have forever. I just couldn't resist, and I got it, and I'm so happy. But a cast iron is something that you need if you cook. I mean, if you don't cook, then you're not going to get the use out of it. And on that subject, I then got a little bit carried away. Basically, I've had all of my saucepans and everything pretty much since I moved out, and that was years ago. And I just feel like I'm at the age, I've got a baby now. Do you know what I mean? Like, I can't have scratched pans that everything sticks to and expect to be this mum that's got her shit together. Do you know what I mean? I feel like the mum that's got her shit together has decent pans. And anyway, so I had been starting to think my preference would be to gradually replace them all with Le Creuset. So we'll see how that goes. But I went on the Le Creuset site just to have a look. I actually needed a milk pan, like that's the most urgent thing. And after that, like a normal smallish saucepan. But they weren't on sale. But this was, because I don't even want to, I can't even bring myself to use it. But this friend that I was speaking to said one of the things that she gets the most use out of is her sauté pan, which is one of these. So I need to get a lid for it. But this was on the Le Creuset site, and it was £48. I think it was reduced. I think it would have been more like 75 at full price. So yeah, along with the wine glasses, I've been nesting. I don't know what's come over me at this particular point. Like I'm always quite into nesting and getting things for my home. But yeah, I think just seeing those in the sale, I thought, well, it's the perfect time to get them. My little love. Oh, careful, careful, careful! Little naked baby. Here's my little love.
Like such a grown-up baby. Oh, okay. Yes, I'm wearing the same t-shirt I wore yesterday because I slept in it. So when we went to the animal sanctuary in Somerset, we were just like paying the entrance fee, and they go to us, is he under 3? And I was like, he's under 1, my love. So he looks like a very big boy. It's all this hair. And also, actually, when he sits in his buggy, we've got the eye candy line, which I really recommend. It's been such a great buggy, but he's already growing out of it, and it's supposed to take them until they're 2. But I really don't even think we're going to have it much past 1. So I'm looking at other options. The main contender is the Baby Zen Yo-Yo, but they are quite expensive, so I'm just sitting there for... just sitting on that one for a while. But everyone recommends them. I've gone and looked at them about 5 times, and it's just now like biting the bullet and doing it. But yeah, I also was just going to talk about his hair. As you can see, there's lots of it. Everyone always compliments his hair because it is gorgeous. And I noticed yesterday it looks like he might have a little bit of cradle cap again. I thought it was dry skin, perhaps from the shampoo we were using, but it's definitely cradle cap because he's had it before. So we've got this amazing stuff, I think it's called Lycon, I'll show you at some point, that I'll put on it. If it is, I need to check it again. But on the subject of his hair, I then, because I thought it was dry scalp, and as he's getting so much more of it, I did think I might try and get like a proper shampoo for him, because to be fair, I think it's been fine. We've been using the Child's Farm one, which I've really liked, but just because thinking his scalp was dry, I was thinking, well, maybe I'll get a specific shampoo for his hair type because it is curly. So I bought some of the Rochelle Humes brand from Boots, which when I get up I'll show you. Right, so this is his hair, as you can see. There's a lot of it. But also, another reason I thought, let me try this range that I will show you, is because around the back of his head here, oh, I can't touch it, here, most babies lose hair around this area. And that's because, well, most babies that have hair. Bear in mind, Gabe has had hair since he was born, so because of the friction on their sheet, when they go like that, they'll lose hair, like it can be all the way around, and they end up looking like little monks. But so that did happen. Now that he's got much more hair, it's actually, that area is a lot coarser. So it was also that. I thought, oh, I wanted to see if I can maybe try and get something a bit more moisturising for him, just because that part there is a lot coarser than the hair on his head. Obviously because of the friction against his sheet. So yeah, so I went to Boots yesterday. I actually picked up 2 things from My Little Coco, which is Rochelle Humes range, and I thought I'd considered getting conditioner for him, but I thought, let me just try the shampoo first in case we don't really like it. So I got the coconut smoothie shampoo, and I think it's so good because it comes with a pump, which is really handy. And then this was on offer, the aloe and pear bath and body bubbles. So I thought I'd give those a go as well, because again, I love the Child's Farm bubbles. They're my favourite. However, they are quite expensive and you don't get as much. I feel like we just go through them. He has a bath every night and we put bubbles in, and so I just feel like we get through it so quickly. So I bought a big, like, Johnson's bedtime bubble bath, and I don't love it. And this is definitely, there's much more in here than in the Child's Farm one. This is actually £6, but it was on offer for £2 off, so it probably works out about the same price as the Child's Farm. But anyway, as it was an offer, I thought, let's give it a go. Right, I'm going to make a cup of tea. Good morning, everybody. I am just getting ready to take Gabe to his 10-month, but actually 11-month checkup. So that's very exciting. So I'm just going with a little beige ensemble today. Let me show you. Yeah, this is just one of those Pima cotton tops from Arquette, which I love. I think this is medium size, And then these linen trousers from H&M. I don't know if anyone remembers, I bought these when I was very pregnant last year. They're a size 16, but as you can see, I just, oh, squidgy belly. I just tie these up tight and then pull them up quite high. And then my sandals from, where are these from? Urban Outfitters. Yesterday, as you probably realised, I kind of fell off a cliff, as I tend to do. I actually was working yesterday and I meant to get in the car and have a chat with you on my way to work, because I have been working at a salon actually. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this, but my friend owns a salon about 20 minutes from me. I have been known to go there before and do clients here and there. But she reached out a couple of months ago and was like, oh, do you want to be self-employed? I've basically got a load of clients because someone left. So do you kind of want to take over her clients but also be self-employed? So I was like, actually I would love that, because just in the bigger picture, I do hair from home, and now having Gabe, it's just, I really want that work-life separation, and I can't do as many clients at home as I can do in the salon. And I don't know what it is, I just feel like when at home I get so much more tired, and tidying up is annoying because obviously we've got so much more stuff because of the baby. So yeah, it's just nice to know that I have my salon days and I go, because also with doing hair at home you can very quickly end up working most days, which is what's been happening, which is why I've been a bit on and off with the vlogs, because I've just been working so much. And yeah, as I say, it really takes it out of me, so it's quite nice to be able to separate out. There's a fly in here. To separate now and actually be like, okay, those are the days I'm working. If I do anything else outside of that as extra, then cool, but I don't have that same pressure to. Anyway, I need to get Gabe ready and get going. Hello you. Hello everyone. So we've just had Gabe's 10-month/11-month checkup, and I just wanted to have a little chat about it really, because I've actually left feeling quite upset. No, I'm not upset, but it's just thoughts around like already this judgment about development and all that kind of stuff. Hold on. Everyone knows babies develop at different points, don't they? And when I sent this questionnaire, and I originally did it, which was when he was 10 months, there was things that he wasn't doing yet, and there's things that he's still not doing. And I know from knowing other babies, having a niece and nephew, that how differently babies develop. But I just feel like whenever I see a health visitor, they always make you feel like shit. Because I don't have any concerns about Gabe. Like, I see the progress and everything all the time, and he's doing really well. And so then to go to an appointment, and because he's not walking, I just was made to feel like, okay, oh, I have to talk to this. You're joining me on the floor. I'm just eating some eggs on toast. Gabe's having his nap, and I thought I would just kind of end this vlog, but I feel like I'm going to be talking here for a while because I've got a couple of things to talk about. So yeah, I wanted to actually just come on to just wrap up kind of the last scene really, because I did get upset. We went for Gabe's 10-month checkup with the health visitor, and I've had this conversation with mum friends, and I apologise if anyone watching this is a health visitor, but I've just found the experience with health visitors quite odd, and many of my mum friends mirror this, and I don't know why. I just feel like, I can't really explain it, but the ones I've encountered, I just feel like aren't perhaps the most empathetic people I've met. And the fact that they consistently work with children, I find odd, because the ones I've worked with don't seem to know much about them. And again, I'm really sorry if you're a health visitor and you're really good at your job, and I'm sure there are ones that are. It's just my experience has not been great. So anyway, we went to this 10-month checkup, and I wasn't actually concerned in any way. I am very lucky that I have a niece and nephew, and I've had babies around me, and I'm very aware of babies' development and the spectrum of which that falls, which is vast. Some babies develop very early, some very late, and you know, it will be kind of peppered between, you know, kind of 7-8 months to 18 months, I think, in terms of that real fast development, like talking, walking, crawling, moving, all that kind of stuff. I mean, Gabe's been doing, different babies have been doing different things. He got teeth very, very early, but he didn't really move much. For a long time, he didn't really move. He would try to, but just not what I was seeing other babies doing. But I remember my nephew was similar, and Gabe is a heavy boy. He was in the 91st percentile for his weight, and then the 99th for his head and his length. And again, you know, many other people said to me, that's why he's not moving so much, because there's a lot to move, and so he needs to build up his strength a bit more. And again, like I say, was not concerned. They send you this questionnaire, and I'm doing it thinking, okay, there's some bits you can do, some bits you can't, whatever. The health visitor just didn't make me feel great, and I wasn't expecting to take it as personally as I did. But essentially, because he's not walking yet, apparently she's concerned. And it's what we would expect to see by 12 months. And I know that that's bollocks. I know babies don't walk at 12 months. I mean, some do, but I know that some don't. Some don't walk until 14, 15 months. Started crawling forward now. He was backwards for a while, but he's definitely crawling. And he can pull himself up onto his knees, not quite onto his legs. But she was asking me things like, you know, could you just hold his hands and he stand up and support himself? And I was like, no. I said, well, we'd have to hold his body, and he would be able to support himself for a bit, but he'd be very wobbly. Apparently that's a concern. Anyway, so she was like, I'm going to call you in 3 months, like, keep an eye on this. And I was just thinking, I'm not going to keep an eye on anything. He's fine. And I just felt like, given the last year specifically, I really felt like there should have been some more compassion. And for a first time mum as well, if I wasn't, like I say, lucky enough to have experienced babies before and kind of know the spectrum, I would have left that appointment probably feeling very worried. And again, given the last year, it's like we haven't had baby groups. And she was saying, you know, have you got friends with babies the same age? And I do have some, not the same age, but I've got friends with babies. But again, if I didn't, I felt like going, and how would I have met them then, given the last year? And even with his development, well, we've not had any baby groups, hun. So, no, he's not been around other babies. Do you know what I mean? Like, can you just think before you speak? Or at least deliver what you're saying? And it wasn't until the very end she said, oh, well, you know, he is bigger, so it is harder to move. Thank you. You could have said that previously. And I was fine in the appointment, but I came out and I was like, did she really just, like, make me feel like perhaps there was something to worry about? And so it was just a really odd experience. And I'm over it now, but I know that talking about these things helps other mums, so I'm doing this really, if you're a new mum and you're worried, or the health visitor says something that makes you feel worried, but you don't, but you kind of know there's nothing to worry about. Just, you know, just trust yourself, it's your baby, and I'm with him every day, I see the progress. So to go and see a health visitor who, by the way, I've not heard from you guys, literally since you came to see us at 5 months, and we've just been left. We've just been left to raise this baby with no guidance except us, Google, other mum friends and family. You guys haven't even emailed. Like, I just felt like, and I don't know how much of an excuse to give the pandemic, because it seems like you are just kind of left from a certain period of time, but I just took exception to being completely left for the last however long, to then seeing you again and having you almost berate me as the progress that we've made. It just felt a bit like we're doing the best we can. No thanks to you guys, so whatever. I know that talking about things like this can help other mums that might be feeling worried and stressed unnecessarily by something like that. And like I say, if I didn't have anyone else around me, I probably would have felt quite worried. But you don't, it's just another thing that you don't really need as a new mum. But yeah, I'm going to wrap this vlog up. I was going to talk about, I went for a postnatal MOT, which is a physio appointment to assess kind of the damage around pregnancy and childbirth. And it's really because I wanted to start exercising and I wasn't sure if I had this diastasis recti, diastasis, whatever it's called, basically where your abs are really separated. I don't know if I even had that, and if I did, the severity of it. I'm starting to exercise again. I just felt like I didn't know how far I could push my body because I don't know where we're at. It was so good. I feel like it should just be part of your postnatal checks. But as I've realised, and again I speak to other people, postnatally you don't get a lot of support or a lot of, you don't really get anything. You get a 6-week check and then that's it. But when I was talking to this physio, she was like, you know, if you had any other sort of injury or anything like that, you would have physio. You would be encouraged to go on like a recovery journey. And you're just not given that unless you seek it out yourself. And I feel very lucky, like I could pay for this appointment and I was able to seek it out, but not everyone is. And I just feel like women should have access to this after pregnancy and childbirth. Access to something like this, because it's so helpful and I think so necessary. So if you're thinking of doing it or you didn't know about it, I will encourage you after you've had a baby to pursue this, because it just gives you, it just makes you feel a bit more in control of this body that you have no idea about once you had a baby, because you do feel very disconnected from it. Yeah, I think it's the best form of self-care you can do for yourself. So I'm making an appointment in September to go and see her again. She's given me some exercises to do. She's kind of, I feel very much more aware of myself and, you know, what I'm capable of doing now. And yeah, so she's given me some exercises to do, and then I'll go back in September and we'll check the progress and that kind of stuff. So I just wanted to mention that as well. If you hadn't heard of it, I definitely recommend doing it. I'm going to wrap this vlog up now. I really hope that it's been helpful and enjoyable for some of you. And yeah, I will see you on the next one. Mwah.